Hey, you guys, Stephanie Zima here with My Way of Life Coaching. And today I am going to talk a little bit about how feelings are going to impact all the things that you are thinking and you're doing and you're receiving and how you're impacting your entire life. And if you want to know some more stuff about it, you want to tune in, you want to hear this, you want to kind of really get yourself maybe a pen and paper and write the stuff down with me because it is very impactful, right? We all know these days that we are feeling very uncertain, right? We are feeling uncertain about the recent shootings that are happening. We are feeling uncertain with every single thing that's going on in our life. And the last 2 years have really shown us that things are up in the air, right? And they create feelings. They create feelings of overwhelm. They create feelings of uncertainty. They create feelings of just despair and depressing and stuff like that, right? And many of us are feeling that way. Not just us moms, but also our children feel that way. And when that happens, when we feel all these negative, draining emotions, when we feel those things, life can spin. And we all know once you get sucked into that downward spiral, things are going to be getting really nasty in our family life, in our private lives, in our marriages, in our work life, in our friend circles, all those things, right? So, what can we do about it? What is it that we are going to be able to do about it? I want to tell you guys a little story. When you look at this tissue box, right, what is it that you are thinking about this tissue box? Drop it down in the comments if you can. I don't know if I can actually see comments at this time here off my computer, but drop it in the comments. I'm gonna want to kind of know what feelings are you associating with this tissue box. And you might be like, Stephanie, why are you talking about feelings in my tissue box? There is no feelings with this tissue box. It's a purple tissue box. We got it from Aldi. Does it have anything to do with this, right? Well, if you don't have any feelings with this tissue box, you've probably not had any situations associated with the tissue box, because some of us, we're going to look at a tissue box and we're going to remember the death of our mother and the tissues we needed to grab to dry our tears. Some of us are going to remember somebody using a tissue box for the sneezing and suffering and all the things that they had going on, right? There's different life circumstances that are caused where we need a tissue box, right? And we are remembering these things when we're looking at a tissue box, for example. Now, life is the same way. We are thinking thoughts, okay? So, tissue box, some of us don't think it's just a tissue box, no big deal. Some of us think thoughts about this tissue box, such as I just described, right? Those thoughts are creating a feeling. Like if I think about I was crying a lot and I needed tissues to dry my tears, I am thinking immediately back to where my grief was, right? And so then I feel that emotion again, right? Now you may think something else. Drop it in the comments if you know that. So the thought creates a feeling, okay? And bear with me, you guys. This is something that I'm teaching you now, that I have learned, and it's really, really important. So bear with me as I'm explaining this, because some people might think it's like totally abstract, but hear it out. Please stay until the end so that you can use that for your children, because it really is valuable. Okay, so a thought, okay, a thought creates feelings. Okay, we are thinking something and it creates a feeling. It creates a feeling of grief or of happiness, of whatever it is, but mostly when we are talking about this example, let's stick with the negative. The feeling that is created has a reaction to it, right? It causes you to do something, okay? The action that it is. For example, okay, let's stick with the grief. Now, I'm going to feel grief. I'm going to feel sadness. So my action would be to not get out into the world, not connect. It causes me to retract. It causes me to be at home, right? and not doing anything. And what is the result going to be? The result of that for my life is disconnection. It's disconnecting from people, it's disconnecting from solutions, from ways, from activities, from healing, right? So whatever it is that we are thinking about something, that's having a ripple effect of actions, feelings, actions, thoughts, and all of that stuff is connected. Okay, so I want to talk about explaining the feelings. The feelings are really, and I want to read something to you here real quick. Okay, so one way to explain how feelings surface is to say that feelings can follow the thoughts. Feelings can be a reflection and indication of your thoughts. Many people find this concept difficult to accept because of its implications. If indeed some feelings arise from your thoughts, then some of the emotions you experience are the consequence of your thoughts, okay? So believing this, a person would find it hard to say with integrity, "You make me angry." Like, let's talk about the example of being angry. Like if you're in a conflict with somebody, you are saying somebody makes you angry. So you would say, "You make me so angry." A more accurate statement would really be, though, "I make myself angry." Okay? And most accurately would be, "I am angry. I am feeling angry." So if we are thinking about the recent things that happened, right, in society right now, whatever topic, pick one topic, pick any topic, okay? And you are going to say, "I'm so angry at this," and we are blaming these people, and we're blaming all these other things, these other parties involved, right? That is a thought. You're choosing thoughts, okay? And those thoughts are creating the feeling. And the feeling really is, I'm angry, I'm feeling hopeless, I'm feeling despair, I'm feeling, you drop it in, think for yourself what it exactly is that you're feeling. Now when you are feeling that, how are you going to act? What are you acting on? How are you behaving? How are you contributing to the problem? You're probably contributing to a problem at some point, right? Now I want you to continue to think this. If you are acting a certain way, responding to how you're feeling, responding to the thoughts that you have, how are the results going to be? And this is where it gets really, really impactful, okay? We adults, we mothers, we sometimes think our actions don't have impact. We don't even consider those actions. We're not considering the fact that when we feel a certain way and we're behaving a certain way because we're thinking a certain way and we're not taking responsibility of those actions, that the result could be that our children are picking up what we are laying down, okay? And that is, if it's not done on purpose, if you're not teaching your children on purpose what you want the result to be, and you're you're just mindlessly going around your business without raising awareness to what is going on here, the chances are that your children are not going to have the result. Now you can choose, everyone has choices, you can choose to go in this merry-go-round over and over, blame, like, feeling, acting, blame, feeling, acting, blame, feeling, acting. You can choose to continue to stay on that hamster wheel, feeling miserable, continue to going. Or you also can choose to say, you know what? Let me pause for a minute. Let me step to the side and let me think, how do I want to create? What do I want to create? What do I want to feel like? What do I want my children to feel like? What do I taking responsibility? You're taking responsibility for the outcome, for the result, okay? You're taking an active part and not the victim mentality. You're not a victim, okay? None of us are victims, and I know some of you may disagree with me, and that's okay. But I've gone from hardship through some really nasty stuff to where I'm at now mentally, right? Many of you have seen me go through some of those things. And I have not really taught a lot on that subject, on how to exactly done it in public. I have done it with my coaching clients. I have done it in my group coachings, but I have not publicly spoken about hows and stuff much. But I'm going to start a little bit. So tune in if that's something you're interested. Now, we have options, okay? Options are good. I asked my kids this morning tell you a little story. I asked my kids this morning and I asked them, like, would you rather have options or would you rather be told all the time what to do? And they said, oh, I don't want options. And I'm like, why? Why don't you want options? And they said, options scare me. And so we went through that coaching of that thought coaching model that I just kind of told you a little bit about. So it's, when you think about it, like we had an example. Okay, I'm going to tell you an example from my middle daughter. She plays soccer and she said she wants to be a really good soccer player. But then she said that I can't be a really good soccer player because no one is practicing with me. I can't be a really good soccer player because I don't have time. I can be a good soccer player because I people don't want to practice with me, basically is what it was. And so because of that, she was starting to feel defeated with the soccer, and so she was feeling like it's not going to be possible. This goal is not going to be possible. So when we talked about it, we talked about, okay, so you want to have that goal. What steps are you going to need to put into place to reach that goal? Okay. And so she said, well, I'm going to need to, and she was able to give all the answers. So this is another thing, you guys, you have answers in your toolbox. You know all the answers is within you. It just depends on how you're going to put the things together. So I asked her, like, okay, she said, I need to practice 30 minutes of my Techni app. I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to do yada, 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 yada. And I asked her, so then if you do that, if you're thinking that will be possible, how would you be feeling about it? And she said, I'm going to feel great about it. It's going to be super exciting. I'm like, great. Now when you have this attitude, how is your actions and your reactions, like your actions going to be? She's like, I'm totally going to do it because I'm going to feel excited about it. I'm going to do it. I'm like, great. What do you think your result is going to be? She said, I'm going to be a great soccer player. And I'm like, there you have it. It's all about the thoughts. Do you choose the thought that no one will be there for you? That no one will be able to help you, that no one can help you with any of the stuff? Or will you have a growth-oriented mindset that will then choose or will help you find the tools that you need to reach the next thought? Will you have thoughts that say, you know what, I'm going to be figuring it out. I may not know all the things yet, but I will figure it out. Will you choose love over hate? Will you choose, what are your thoughts on the subjects that are moving you in your life? Okay, guys, how to change your thoughts around so you feel better is what this topic is, okay, of this live. And you are in control of choosing what you want to think. Okay, there is always hope out there. There's always help out there. There's always tools out there, as long as you can control your thoughts, which then control your feelings, which then control your actions, which then will control your results. And I know there are circumstances out there of people with very, very hard lives. Okay, so please, you do not need to come down on me thinking that I don't know. I know very well. I have gone through a lot of hardships myself in my entire life, and I have seen almost, I would probably say almost everything in my life so far. Really nasty life circumstances. And when and this is why it's important to me. It's important to me to teach the able people to help the ones who need to be helped with that kind of thought process. It is not productive to to continue hate, to continue antagonizing, to continue arguments, to continue these things. It is not helpful to nobody. It's not helpful to you, because all the stress you're going to put in feeling angry, feeling upset, feeling all these things, it is not productive to where you want to get to with your life, right? And it's not helpful to the people we are going to attack. Look at where the world is coming to right now. Is that where we want our children to grow up with? Is that where we want our children to learn? Is that what we want our children to learn? Or do we want to spread a message of love, kindness, understanding, respect to everybody, respect to everyone's feelings, emotions, choices, genders? I mean, you name it, you guys. Okay, you name it right now, everywhere it is. But you can choose. Am I going to be fearful of the things I don't understand? Or am I going to be open to understanding? Am I going to feel hate? Or am I going to feel curiosity? Okay? If you find this valuable, please give me a heart, give me a share this video out. But I want to speak the truth, and I want to speak the truth of love, okay? And I want you to hear me on that, because mothers, especially fathers, everyone, really, everyone with other people in their life, we have to grow ourselves. We have to heal our own wounds so we can show up as more grown and rounded, well-rounded adults. We have to work on our boundaries so that we can feel better about the things we're doing. We have to find out our values so we can focus on positivity more than negativity. Why? Because we are needing to teach our children how to do it better, how to get back to the values that we have, how to figure out how to feel better about what they're doing and what other people are going to do, and how to control their own state of emotions, you guys, okay? Because we cannot control others. I mean, we all know we cannot control other people, okay? That's just one of the things. We cannot control other people. People are going to do what people are going to do. However, you can take responsibility to control what's going on for you, what you're feeling, how you're thinking, what your responsibility is, where your boundary is. And then you can go ahead and act accordingly, okay? Act accordingly. And when we act accordingly, guess what we are creating? We're creating a ripple. We're going to create a ripple of people who are also going to do the same thing. And when everyone is going to start reaching and treating each other with respect and openness and curiosity and kindness, life is going to be a lot different. And we're going to catch the people who are needing help. The people who are really needing help. You know, they're not wanting to come out because, you know, a moment somebody says, hey, I'm not, you know, I'm hurting. The moment somebody says, I'm hurting, what is the world doing? You're immediately knocking people down that are hurting. And I want you to think about this for a minute. I really want you to check your thoughts. And I want you to check if your feelings with those thoughts are kind and loving. And if they're not, I want you to remember, where are you hurting? Because you are hurting. You are hurting somewhere, okay? And maybe somebody is wrong to you, and maybe somebody has, you know, really neglected you or abandoned you, or, you know, like maybe somebody's done really bad by you, okay? But I want you to hear that for a minute, and I want you to know that you can heal yourself. You don't need anybody else to do that for you. The only person you need is yourself, you know, and maybe somebody who has walked that walk before you. And when you can get healed, when you heal that inner wound that you have, then you are going to be able to think differently. Your thoughts are changing, and you are going to change your feelings. And then you're going to change your actions, and then you're going to change the results. And it's going to be fun and it's going to be great. And you know, when you think everybody else drank the Kool-Aid, no, we just have learned. We have learned how to do certain things. We have learned how to grow our self-confidence and take power back. Take the power back from those who stole it from us, you guys. Okay? My mentor Danielle has asked me once, actually she's asked the group, and she didn't ask. She just said, I'm just giving back to you what someone took from you that wasn't theirs to take. That statement from Danielle Delgado was really profound in me, and it's true. Someone had taken something, and she has given me tools. She is giving me tools to grow through them, to take the power back. And that's what I do for everyone else that I come in touch with. And right now I'm starting with my children. And you should too. You should take a look, start with yourself, and then create that ripple in your network. All right, I hope that was valuable to you guys. If you find it valuable, I would love some shares. I would love some comments below. Spread that message, and I'll see you another time. Bye.